Hopefully it does. It looks like we're back. Alright, are we back on YouTube? Alright, looks like we're back. People speedrun Ring Fit. Maniacs. Absolute maniacs. Alright. There we go. Well, that was a taste of the Ring Fit stream. Now we can play a normal game. Back to Maple Story. Yeah, I had to move the way that my setup is. Hopefully this works for me. Where's the Ring Fit stream? You can check early in the stream, Gibson. You missed it. But maybe we'll do it again on next Wednesday. Because I do feel like, given how many people gifted subs, I appreciate the subs gifted for the Ring Fit stream. I feel like one stream isn't sufficient for the price that it was set at. So that will probably happen again at some point. Seeing you looking this good. It's the new camera. Yep. At least 100 streams? You want to get banned? I'll ban you for free. Don't even need to get paid for that. Alright. Alright, well, what has reset today? There's a few things that reset. I think this has reset. Nice, we can farm all the stuff. Just need a haircut? Yeah, I do actually need to get my haircut. I was supposed to do that today. Or, I was supposed to do my Ring Fit stream yesterday and get my haircut today. But instead, I did my Ring Fit stream today. I'm gonna get my haircut tomorrow. So you guys gonna see me being bald tomorrow. Alright. I also kind of want to brighten up my camera. It's kind of dark on the webcam, isn't it? It is a little dark. Like, do I just... What do I do to increase the... Wait, how do I... Whoa, what have I done? Color correction, look at that! Alright. Can I increase... Whoa, look at that! that doesn't really help. Actually, it's slightly better. It is slightly brighter. Because it is a bit dark on default. Now I'll just leave it slightly brighter than this. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, you're gonna go sleep? Alright, take care, man. You missed the Ring Fit? It's all good. Alright. Now I'm back to playing Maple Story, where I should be, you know? Back where I belong. Hello, Yuki. I was in a meeting. That's okay. You can still see it in YouTube, and it won't be the only stream for Ring Fit. I think I'll be doing that again because I realized I did set it to like 350 subs. I think a single 1 hour session is not value. It was not worth the value for you guys. I need to uphold my end of the deal. We'll probably do that again, unfortunately. But at least it was easy to set up. At least it was easy to set up. Now I can sit on my ass and just enjoy chilling now. I ran out of gold pots? What? What do you mean I ran out of gold pots? Can I grab them out of my storage? If I have any? I do not have any. Well, I guess I'll do this one without my gold pots. What did I need to check? Oh yes, my points. I do not have very many points. Yep, cannot wait for this quality of life to be brought into the game, where we don't have to do the double confirm. Oh. Wacko, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate the 2 months. Or the gift, not the gifted, the Prime sub. Is that just me, or was that louder than usual? Maybe it's just because I'm tired. Is this Hyperion? Yes, I am currently in Hyperion. I originally played in Kronos, but I swapped over to Hyperion about a year and a half ago. Seems normal? Yeah, it's just my volume's a bit high. Oh man. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that that stream. How do I... Oh, I didn't turn off my Switch. Alright, there we go. Gotta make a Kanna? Yeah, that's fair. It's a good choice. I think Kanna is definitely a good pick for Challenger World 3, given just how damn strong the class is. Can't go wrong with picking some of the best classes in the game. Yeah. I think after considering all of my choices after yesterday's stream, we were talking a lot about like what I wanted to play personally, and I was saying how like I was kind of sad about how the general consensus of RL and you know kind of the gameplay didn't seem that super interesting, but I think I will make an RL anyway. Considering, dude, my brain is in shambles right now. It was, I mixed consideration with considering. So I said both of them at the same time. Hell yeah, considering. So yeah, I think I am going to make an RL and I'm going to play it completely free to play to see what I can achieve with that character free to play. Because as much as I would like things like the Genesis Pass and perhaps the, what was the other one? The Challenger Pass, or whatever the equivalent is. I really wanted to buy them, but at the same time, because I'm not like that interested in RL, maybe I'll just play it free to play and see how far I can go. I think if I can get one clear of Hard Kai, I'd be pretty happy. Because it would be definitely harder without any of the passes. I don't know how long it will take me to get the Hard Kai playing it like that. Also, I'm not going to be doing any like parties as well. I'm definitely not liberating in time. What passes are you gonna get? I'm gonna get none of the passes for my Challenger World character. That's the plan. I kinda wanna see what I can do playing free to play completely. Has it got enough time to lib? That's what I want to know. Like, I want to know how much content I can do without libbing. Realistically, I'm probably not going to liberate within the time frame of Challenger World, because usually it already takes about 3 months to liberate. And that's assuming you solo all of C10E. If I don't have the Genesis Pass, it'll be significantly harder. It'll take a longer time. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that for content. What do you guys think? If nothing... Like, if I don't buy any other passes, you guys still think it would be interesting? Or do you guys think that just the Genesis Pass is fine? The thing is, though, I don't think it's impossible for me to, like, get the content done. Like, yeah, I won't get, like... I won't be efficient, right? I know a lot of people want to get to Hard Kai as fast as possible and then solo Hard Kai as consistently as they can. I understand that, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that is like the value of playing Challenger World 3. But for me, it's more like, I kind of want to just see if it's even possible to do it free to play. Because, like, I don't think I'll be soloing C10 in the first week if I don't buy the Genesis Pass, to be honest. But there is still a world where I can still solo C10. Because, like, you know, I lose a lot of damage. Arcane Force is a big one as well. But low-key, kind of interested to see what I can achieve without the Genesis Pass. Or without anything, really. No vac pet. I'll just be using whatever the game gives me for free. A completely free-to-play RL. Whatever the game gives me for, like, you know, only in-game currencies, basically. Not gonna buy anything. Yeah. I'm kinda interested. Just to see how far I can go. With the rental gear, you get a ton of power? Yeah, for sure. But the rental gear is something that everybody has access to, right? Like, my whole idea, like, this idea in my head is to do something that, like, anybody can do, assuming that they have, like, the playtime, right? I think the only unrelatable thing is going to be the playtime for some people. Makes it so much harder. Yeah, but I'm not trying to be efficient here, right? It's not about, like, completing Challenger World. I don't care about completing Challenger World or, like, getting to Hard Kai. I just want to see how far I can get. It's not about, like, it's about the journey, you know, not the end result. I'm not rushing anything. Like, if I'm buying 0 passes, I'm not rushing anything. Look, I'm not soloing Black Mage anytime soon after making the character. What if somebody gifted you the pass? I put it in somewhere else. You gift me a pass, it's going on to my 5th Blaze Wizard. I don't know. Yeah. Foul Lane. Foul Lane. Which one's Foul Lane? That's my blaster. That's my blaster. I'm not liberating my blaster. I don't think I can even start liberation of my blaster. It needs to be 250, doesn't it? To even unlock it? Or 255? I think it's 255. Alright, my body was like overheating because of the exercise in the Ring Fit stream. And now that I've sat down for a little bit, I'm getting kind of cold again. It's cooked. How many of you guys have this thing where, like, it's really warm, so you turn on the aircon, and then it gets cold because you're sitting underneath the aircon, so you turn it off. And the moment you turn it off, you're hot again. It's over. We got 1 minute to start working out. Come on, man, it was at least an hour. Actually, it wasn't even an hour. A little bit less than an hour. That's okay, we'll be doing this again at some point. Yeah. It's actually just cold right now because it's cold today. Well, relatively cold compared to usual. So, don't worry, I don't have like the aircon on or anything. We can't send a petite class to the pet we want in Challenge World 3? No, it's because it's a different world. After I do my half an hour of grinding here, because I like to do half an hour, I'm going to try to figure out where to put all of my vac pets. And then try to spread them out, because I've got a few on different characters. The real question is, where do I put my Demon Slayer vac pets? Because I have 2 of them. Low-key, kind of want to put both of them on my Kanna. Low-key. And then just make sure that all my main branches have one. Is my Kanna my main? Yeah. Has the cash shop transfer started? I believe so. I think it started at reset. So you're good to run into the cash shop. Because I'm gonna be at top deck 6 for at least a few weeks, and I'm not gonna lie, that map is kind of miserable to loot with 1 vac pet, especially if you do the thing where you put the fountain on the left side. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. You put the fountain on the left side, and then you teleport through the portals to loot. With one vac pet, it's too slow. Between Adele and Ho Young, what do I recommend as a new main? I haven't really had any experience with either of those classes, so I don't really know which one would be... like, I don't know the pros and cons. But I will say one of the most appealing things that I heard about Ho Young specifically is the fact that it farms really freely. It has like a 50-second summon or something that they can just kind of AFK with, apparently. That sounds pretty enticing if you ask me. I'm a guy who likes to, I appreciate good farming. I'm sure Adele has its own tricks as well for farming. Like, every class has their own, like, kind of stuff to do. But Ho Young, I don't know, it's 50-second farming summon sounds kind of good to me. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know that much about the two classes, so I can't really give you a real answer. Should I make a Kanna or Demon Slayer for Challenger World 3? I can only say Kanna because I haven't played Demon Slayer before. I don't think you can go wrong playing Kanna, especially if you're planning to buy a lot of the passes. I think you will notice that this character is quite strong really quickly, and I think that will add a lot of enjoyment to the game. You know what I mean? Like, if you had suggested any of the really good classes, like, all of them, for what you put into it, is going to scale faster. Both the classes' animations are pretty? Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Both Ho Young and Adele have really good animations. I want to say I'm a little biased towards Kanna because I do play it myself. This class feels really damn good to play, personally. Like, the farming is good enough. The burst is crazy good. Scales really nicely. Yeah. It ticks all the boxes for me in terms of a character I like to play. The farming seems chill. There is a slight downside for Kanna at the moment. It's this thing right here. You see the final damage stat? It's only at 59%. It's on the lower end for some classes. And what that does is that it makes your Soul Janus weak. So look at, like, this character in my farming gear is probably stronger than some of my C10 mules in their damage gear. Right? 145 mil combat power. And I can't one-shot with Soul Janus. It's a noticeable downside. So just do keep that in mind. You'll probably end up farming with Soul Janus, like with Dawn for a while, until you get strong enough to one-shot with Dusk. I know a lot of Kannas like to lazy farm with Dusk, which is why I'm mentioning it, but I can't farm with Dusk because I'm too weak. Or like my Soul Janus doesn't do enough damage, rather. But if you wanted to play Kanna and you enjoy it, I would recommend actually going for level 10 Soul Janus. I know it takes away from your damage, but it does open up a lot of maps, in my opinion. Either that, or if you're going to farm lazily anyway, maybe one is fine. But I think the 2 orbs will let you cover most maps. Like, realistically, I should be in a bigger map than this, but in this map I actually get more EXP because of the burning, so that's why I'm sitting here. What's my Kanna's combat power in bossing? It's about 400 mil. Once the update drops, it's probably going to go up to like 410, maybe 420. Really depends on how much combat power I get for all the pitch I swap over to. And then when I get my Eternals, I don't know how I'm going to approach my Eternals. Low-key, want to just like full send them, but it's probably not smart to do that, given like the costs and stuff. I might just wait until I have 1 spare of each. Because, like, you get 10 tokens roughly all at the same time. So, you know, they come in waves, right? You get your hat top bottom the first time, and then you get your hat top bottom again. I think when I get the second set, I'll just, like, hopefully tap them raw to 20, and then safeguard them to 22. That'd be ideal. But I think even if 2 out of the 3 make it, I might just consider safeguarding it all the way. Just because I don't really have much to do with my money. But in between, I'll probably Work on my mules. I have a lot of mules that are just sitting on 21 stuff as well, like between their pitch and whatnot. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a jumper. I'm getting kind of cold in the room. Alright, much better. When it comes to personalizing some common skills? Are you talking about like how the classes had hexafroids and stuff like that, or what even is the common skill for the Sengoku classes? Because this is like the Maple Goddess, it's not that one, right? Is it this one? Twilight Bloom? Yeah, because this is like their equivalent of Maple Goddess, right? Well, one of the two are. How long does Challenger World 3 last? It will last 3 months. Change Janus and Fountain to have specific damage? Oh, right, yeah. I do remember hearing about that. They data mined it to be Goddess? Oh, really? I mean, it makes sense. It was one of the two anyway. Like, these are the only two, like, Sengoku specific buffs, right? In which server was the data mined in? Is it already in for us? Because we're not getting it yet, are we? I thought the common core... I thought that was coming in a later patch, not in this one. Because if you're talking about Hecate, that sounds about right. Hecate was like very big FD for some of the good classes. Yeah. It's okay. We'll find out when we find out. We will find out when we find out. You know what I need to find out? I need to find a duo for Challenger World 3. That's what I need. I kind of forgot that JH is not going to be in the country for the first week and a half, so even if I wanted to ask him to duo with me, he can't. Might have to bring back somebody from the dead. You can duo. I mean, I appreciate the offer. I think for me, I definitely would prefer to have somebody in my time zone though. Because I tend to not do my bosses until quite late in the day or late in the week and stuff like that. And I definitely wouldn't do it on stream. Because it's a content character. I don't do this sort of stuff on stream. Yup. I'm actually keen to do this like free-to-play RL thing. Sounds exciting. Yeah, I'll be playing RL. No Genesis Pass? Yeah, I'm just gonna do 0 pay to win. 0 passes. And just see how far the character can go. Only the free event stuff. That's all I get. Which passes are worth getting? Generally speaking, the Genesis Pass is very good. It gives you a lot of extra damage that will help you do, like, get your liberation done quicker, just in general. That one's really nice. And if you are somebody who's able to solo C10 within the first couple of weeks, you'll get your liberation weapon really quickly, which is really good. Another one that's good off the top of my head, at least for the last Challenger World, was the Challenger Pass. That was pretty good. It gave like a lot of stuff that was really, really easy to do. Like the Challenger Pass was very easy. But yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head. There's also the one that gives you like the Mecha Berries, the Mecha Berry tickets. They give you a lot of EXP if you care about that. Although that one's quite expensive. I think it's like 50k or something. There's so many passes. I think it kind of boils down to like whether or not you want the Genesis Pass. That one's pretty good value, and whether or not you want to pay. I think it was like 20k last time for the Challenger Pass, and it was pretty good. For 280 plus, yeah. It is expensive, but it does give a lot of EXP. We can't deny it. It's a lot of EXP. For some people, it is worth it. It is a ridiculous amount of EXP. But I don't know if I would be able to personally justify 50k. What game you play every day? Yeah, that's fair. For me, it's a case of, am I okay just farming it myself? Maybe I can just farm it myself. Slowly. I'll get there eventually. Alright, one more level, then I'll be at 19. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Let's find out. Let's quickly jump onto the Kanna Discord and have a look. After this, apparently, it's just Hexa 3, so maybe I'll just save my frags after this. Because Hexa 3 I can't start yet. I haven't finished my Hexa 2. I'll need plenty to start that, and I need Hexa for Soul Hecate as well. I was gonna do something after this. I forgot what it was. I said I was gonna go do something. Oh no, I don't remember. I feel like I was just talking about it. Oh, cash transfer. That's what I wanted to do. Move around my vac pets and such. Work out more? No. No. I'm not built like that. Alright, so ideally, I'll try to farm like 2,000 fragments. Yep. After leveling the next thing, I'll just make that as my general goal. Because I'm not going to spend any fragments yet. I want to finish my Hexastat 3, so I need a lot of fragments for that. I need at least 500 for that. Maybe 2,000 might be too much. Maybe 1,000. And if I really need the damage, I guess I can improve my points on my origin or something. You got your Monster Park medal? Nice. That's good. I realize that because of the way I'm sitting, you guys can't see little JH in the background. So I'm gonna move across a little bit so you guys can see him. W. I'll bet very... quite barely. Yeah, congrats on your 7-day Monster Parker. I think my Kanna is getting pretty close to getting it as well, but... Is the 7-day Monster Parker considered better than the Vellum medal? Because what are you comparing? It's like some stat, some attack, versus 5% boss damage. Oh, I guess some ID as well. Yeah, it's like 10 IED, some stat, and some attack, versus 5% boss damage. It's good for mules. That's fair. Do I have a Dark Magician poster next to me? Yeah, this one here, next to me is Dark Magician. The one a little bit further away is Dark Magician Girl. It was like a set that one of my friends gave me for our housewarming. Because at the time that we moved into this house, I was very much into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play as much. Actually, I don't really play at all. But, you know, it was a good time. I enjoyed myself. It's gonna have really bad ID. Yeah, if your ID is so low that that 10% ID actually is good for you, I think you're kind of cooked, hey. Oh, I shouldn't have popped that ring. Oh well, I'll just finish up this proc then. What I was going to do was move some of my vac pets around. Okay. It's because I know I have a few of them on my explorers. Because my resistance classes have one. That's fine. Yeah, because I had some vac pets from Kronos, that's why. From when I used to play in Kronos. I know this one for sure has at least 2. As in like, in the cash shop somewhere. And then somebody was nice enough to donate some pools during the Demon Slayer event. So I got lucky and got 2 vac pets from that. Yeah, so I got the Tanjiro one. This one I think I bought myself. When I started playing my Corsair, I feel. Or somebody, maybe... No, this one was one from Juggy Bear. Shout out to him. Am I blind? Where's the other vac pet? It might be on another character. I swear I had another one of these Demon Slayer vacs. Am I blind? Is it just sitting here in front of me? I'm just not looking at it. Well, regardless, I'll keep this one here. I'll send this one. How do I move it? Cash transfer. I'll send this one to my Kanna. Oh, it's so fast now. So I'll leave one of my explorers. I have one here, one here. So I just need to put one of them on my Blaze Wizard, right? Is that what it is? Which one was the last character I trained? Was it my marksman? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. Oh no, that's one of them. Oh, there it is. I did move it onto my Corsair for some reason. I know why, because I got to level 275, and then I thought about like what I wanted to do next. Okay, so we'll send this one to Kanna. So I have all the Demon Slayer ones on my Kanna. Then I'll send this one to my Blaze Wizard. Woblop. Where's Woblop? So the chances of Woblop's revival is like not 0 anymore. Okay, so the only cash shop that doesn't have a vac pet for me then is going to be my Shine classes. Unless I move my Kanna's current vac pet over onto my Seer. But if I do that, then I have to resurrect my current vac pets now. That's okay. I'll worry about that later. I have a week to think about it. Because I might change my mind on Irel. Like right now I'm pretty set on playing Irel, but you know, things might change in the next week. Oh, I didn't start my dailies. All good. What are you guys going to be making? I need some inspiration from those who originally considered Irel and now are not sure, or perhaps are changing their plans. What's the plan for some of you guys? Oh, what's this? Ah, is it level 1 or 2? Crazy. For collection. Yeah, 2 Thunder Rings at level 1 now. Let's check my points real quick. Let's extract some more before I start farming or something. I'm actually loving my EXP ring. It's so good. I hope I get a 4 at some point. Swap to Ice Lightning? That's fair. Kanna if we get Goddess Pass, see if we only get Shine. Yeah, I think we are expecting Goddess Pass to be in the game, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright. Give me an 80% burning or 100, you know, not asking for much. You know what, I'll take a 70. I would be surprised if they didn't bring back the Goddess Pass, yeah. I would genuinely be surprised. Thank you for the hydrate, Baron. Yo, I realize I haven't had a coffee today. Yo. Might make myself one later. How very un-Australian of me. I will say, like, whenever I think about things like this, there are two things here that I'm really kind of like grateful for that I didn't realize that that was like kind of something I took for granted when I went overseas, and that was like, one thing is coffee. I'm just used to the way that people make coffee here in cafes, and another thing is surprisingly fish and chips. I don't know, it just feels like every time I've ever been to a fish and chip shop at least in Victoria, like my state, no matter where you go, it's probably okay. It's been like a safe pick for me. Sometimes you just want fish and chips. And it's kind of nice knowing that almost any of them that you walk into are probably fine. You're not going to usually get a bad one. I think. Or maybe I've just been lucky so far. What are your guys' like comfort foods when it comes to like being lazy? Let's say you just had a long day. You just want to get something to eat. What's your pick? If you had to eat out, that is. Because I feel like a lot of people would also opt to eat at home and just make their own food, or just like, you know, something lazy to put together. That's fair too. I don't actually know what that answer would be for me. Maybe it would just be KFC, actually. Sounds kind of jank to say KFC like that, but it's like comfort food. It's just something I had so much as a kid, when it was just like a lazy day. Burger and a lot of fries. That's fair. That's a good one. Worked out 10 minutes once KFC. Actually, I had KFC the other day, so I don't feel like it now. I wouldn't even say that I'm that hungry. I'm just saying, like, you know, KFC is my comfort food pick, as bad as it is for my health. Oh, I got something actually. Speaking of like burgers and fries here, there is a burger shop in Melbourne. It's near the city central area. A shop called Chard. And apparently it's like ranked 14 in the world or something like that. I don't know who made these rankings, by the way. This is why I'm bringing it up. It's ranked 14 in the world. But one of the reviews that has been kind of consistent is that its chips or its fries are terrible. That's like a common complaint I've seen. And I'm just thinking to myself, how did a burger shop get 14th in the world, but yeah, have terrible fries? Like, aren't those like half the experience? I feel like whenever I get burgers personally, like half of it is also the chips. If the chips are bad, it actually like significantly lowers the chances of me coming back to that shop. I don't get it. Wouldn't you expect like a burger shop rated 14 in the world to have like the good core, I guess you could call it? Like, look, it could be the best burger ever, but like, I don't know, man. The chips are kind of part of the experience for me. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Yeah. I can't help it too with actually, like Korean fried chicken, same thing. When it comes to any of these sorts of like fried food shops, I like to have chips on the side. And if the chips aren't good in a shop that like kind of, you know, the whole thing is fried food, then what's the point, you know? Bone in or boneless? Only one correct answer. Oh, this guy's trying to start a war. This guy's trying to start a war. I will say, because of how I like to eat, I don't like my hands being messy. And specifically for that, I prefer boneless. I'll be honest and say, like, I can't really tell the difference in the quality of the chicken, whether it's boneless or not. My wife is on the opinion that, like, chicken with bone in tastes better. And, you know, I can understand that. I can imagine, like, the boneless chicken being, like, drier, right? I can get that. For me, it's not a taste preference. It's a I don't wanna dirty my hands. And I feel like with bone-in chicken, if you don't have, you know, I know some places give you like the gloves or whatever, so you know that's an irrelevant issue, right? But like boneless for me is just like minimal mess. Yeah. For the boneless versus bone-in chicken, the quality makes a big difference. That's so funny. Somebody in my alliance just said, I will bone your chicken. W comms. Do you get tenders or bone-in chicken for KFC? Actually, one of the main meals, if you guys, I don't know if this is in other countries again, but for KFC, the thing that I like to get is the classic Zinger box, right? And actually for the Zinger box, you have a choice between boneless or wicked wings, which is just like, but they're both spicy chicken, one of them being like on the bone and the other one being like basically a giant nugget, right? And you can actually pick between the two. And I'd up to say that, like, I think overall, I prefer the wicked wings, which is like the bone-in chicken. I don't know, it just tastes like nostalgia for me. I just, that will always be the winner for me. You just made up that word. Yeah. You miss Crushers? Dude, Crushers haven't been around for like 15 years. It's time to let it go. Like considerating? I don't know, man. Considerating sounds like it's a real word. Wicked Wings, it's a myth. Oh, Wicked Wings are goated. They're so good. In my opinion. It could just straight up be like the nostalgia talking, and every time I eat it, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever, and like it turns out to be completely crap. I don't know. I feel like everybody here is just sharing the same childhood if we all think it's good. Yeah, I'm getting hungry thinking about Wicked Wings. I wasn't hungry talking about burgers and fries, but talking about Wicked Wings has made me hungry. But yeah, I think Wicked Wings are like an Australian thing. I think. KFC time? No. I had KFC kind of recently. Actually, I think on Monday. So that was only 2 days ago. Let's try not to die too young. let's take care of our health a little bit. Did I do anything for the CS transfer? I just moved my vac pets around. Oh, here's actually another question for you guys now that we're like on the topic of food. Do you guys have any like meals or like foods that you guys eat when you're hungry in the middle of the night? Because I used to have like a pretty unhealthy relationship with fast food during COVID. Whenever I was hungry, I would just like... We weren't allowed to like necessarily leave the house, but one of the things that you could do to leave the house was just to get food, right? And so I had like a pretty bad relationship with fast food during those times. I just ate so much like McDonald's and whatnot, because it was the only thing open at night, and you know, I was lazy and stuff. But now that I've kind of tried to phase out just eating out in general, if I can help it, one of the things I've been eating is just canned tuna and rice. Yep. That's it. Just canned tuna and rice. Speaking of which, I need to actually buy rice. I think we're running out. Oh no. When are the shops gonna close? I need rice and I need wombok as well. Alright, it's fine. We'll be alright. Can of chili tuna and toast? Yeah. For me, it's like a can of chili tuna and rice. Because I remember eating that when I was at home as well. When it was like such a lazy meal that my mum did for us. And it was fine. I mean, just some canned tuna, some rice, and maybe blanch some veggies, and yeah, call it a day. It was good. Nice and easy. Bread, butter, and sugar. Yeah, that is also a classic one. It's like just buttered toast with a bit of sugar. It's not much, but it'll keep you going. Yeah. Yeah, I actually had a HSP for the first time in a long time the other day. And I'm a little bit sad to say it. I don't think I like HSPs as much as I used to anymore. Like, the thought of it was so nice, and then I ate it, and I was like, I don't know, it's not the same. I think it's just because of so much oil. It is quite a lot of oil. I don't know, I think it's just the container that makes it feel like it's really oily. But yeah. I was a little bit sad. But I think it's probably better for my health that I don't want to eat HSPs as much. Are you having a glitch in the campus life check-in? I haven't looked. Let's have a quick look. This one I can turn in. It looks like I can. I got the check-in for these two. Yeah, if yours is fully reset, maybe you're done with all the check-ins. How many check-ins have you done total? Because I think there's a cap on how many you can have. What's the total number? You can't really see it here. Because I still have apparently 36 makeup credits. I don't know. 226? Yeah. So your current credits maximum is 226. So if yours is 226, that means you're done. Yeah. So if you're 226, that means you've actually completed it. I still have another bunch to go. Variety stream from my favorite Ring Fit streamer. I did have a good chunk of the audience for Ring Fit. Yup. Out of the 30 people watching Ring Fit, I had 25 people watching me. Yeah, unfortunately not a glitch. I think you're just finished with the event. So no more coins for you to spend. So just maybe keep that in mind. I didn't think I would end up using so many of my coins on the sauna, but the sauna was really good. So much EXP. Spent all your coins on sauna? Yeah, that's fair. There's no more coins next reset. Next reset is the new event. Does Kanna have a class iframe? Yes, it does. It's this one. Curse Ward. 3-second iframe, 60-second cooldown. You missed the Ring Fit stream earlier? You know, it's kind of outed me for being completely out of shape, but it was kind of fun. Sorta. I don't know. I felt like the people who were watching enjoyed it more than I did. But because of how short it was, I think I'm going to end up doing it again. Maybe next week. Because on Wednesdays I usually have nothing to do. Like today, I don't really have that much to do. Mostly because I finished all of my weeklies. I've done all of my bosses. So Ring Fit made a lot of sense. When will the treadmill make its return? It probably won't. It's a bit annoying to do the treadmill. I do have a walking pad, so I could end up using that. But I think for treadmill, it's benched. Can we stack resets next subathon? What do you mean? Now, when we get to September, we can all do September together. We can all get our fitness up together. Boss reset? I mean, I guess it has to come back. Boss resets. I'm never gonna clear a boss in September. I'm never gonna clear a boss. It's just gonna be constantly me getting kicked out of the boss. Hell no. What do you mean? We can all do our 20k steps a day together. Reverse and blackout? I don't know about that one. Maybe they can make a return. It's too dangerous now. You guys have too many points. During the times when we had reverse and blackout, you guys were actually actively spending your points. So it wasn't too bad. Now you guys have too many points. It's been a, you know, economy inflation. So I've gotta either increase the cost of it or it can't come back. Otherwise, my streams will be literally unplayable and unwatchable. And there's 2 people that lose. Blackout PTSD from Carlos, it really is. You guys actually gave me so much PTSD from Carlos that it's actually an easy boss now. It's weird to not have it flipped upside down, turn black in the middle of the fight. Stream for 4 hours, 3 hours is blacked out, it really would be. Unless I change the numbers. Come back for subathon only. It'd still have to be more expensive than it is right now. At the points that it currently is, it's too cheap. I had it set at like 100 and 500 or something like that. Hell nah. People have stacks of like 15,000, 30,000. Some of you guys are saving up to 50,000 points to make me waste money on cubes. There's no shot that that's coming back as cheap as it was. It's gonna be literally unwatchable. You're at 100,000? See, look at that. This guy's got 100,000. So basically, I should probably scale the points off of Amon. Thoughts? Thank you for the hydrate. I'm out of water. Alright, let me go get some more water. Let me just quickly put some summons down and I'll get some water. Well, I left as soon as the AFK mob came by. Which one of you guys is a Nexon employee that sent that AFK mob my way? That is crazy timing. Thought you guys are supposed to be on my side. So close. Drop a lie detector. You know, I've never had the detector show up. I know I had some people complaining that, you know, they see it quite often, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever been white roomed either. During those times when people were getting white roomed. This is like brings back like the Limina days, you know? I don't know. Never had that issue. Death spotting? I don't think so necessarily. Some of my friends that like were farming on the same maps as me, just like on the channel over, we're just like hanging on Discord together. He was like randomly getting white roomed as well. I don't know. I don't doubt that some people who are complaining are botting. I don't doubt that. But I don't know, to be able to see these sorts of things, you gotta be there to see it, right? Like, how long does it flag you if you were to be flagged? You know, we'll never know about these sorts of things. There's a reason why we don't know how, you know, hack detection and stuff works. They like to do it in waves. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had any of those sorts of stuff. Like, at most, I've had like a spinning rune once or twice. Like, I've seen that a few times. But outside of that, I don't think I've ever had any of those, like, hacking prevent stuff. I don't know. How do they check botting stuff? We can only guess. I don't think any company will tell you how exactly they do it, because, you know, that will allow too much information for people to try to overcome it. That's also why usually if people use like hacks in a lot of different games, they don't get banned straight away. They get banned in waves. So then the people who like develop these things, they don't know what triggers it. It makes it a lot harder to try to beat the system. It's like a constant arms race, right? Like the developers are trying to catch them doing these sus things in a way that like doesn't have a specific trigger, so it's hard to guess. So then the people who develop these programs to, you know, to assist them playing the game, it's harder to create a system that doesn't get instantly banned. The current lie detector solves the botting community in KMS. I think if it was solved in KMS, it's also very like very annoying from what I saw. Like, the screen as a normal player would be very annoying to deal with. I don't know if it's fixed it. If it has fixed it, then, you know, then great. But if it's if there's still like a botting thing, it's just like a loss for the player. Do I use exit lag? Well, you know, my wife said something really funny. I should put like my exit lag sponsor code like on this corner here. But yes, I'll say as an Australian, exit lag is actually pretty significantly better than playing without. It's to the point where I don't think I can personally go back to playing MapleStory without exit lag. It's genuinely that bad. Because in terms of gameplay, it really isn't that much different. I'll say in terms of like doing your burst, for example, I haven't really noticed a significant difference. What I have noticed a difference for is everything else in the game where you're moving around. If I click like any of these maps to teleport to, you will see a noticeable lag between me using exit lag and not using it. There is a very obvious difference. Another one that's a huge difference is when you cube and when you Star Force. Like, the time in between every single cube is noticeably bigger. It's like twice as long. Because there's like a, you know, let's say it's a 0.1 delay between doing a reroll and a cube. If I took off exit lag, it probably goes to like 0.3, 0.4 of a second. Like, in the grand scheme of the game, that's a lot of time that you're just sitting there just watching your items roll. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I started watching the guys from Capsu Gaming. So they're another, I don't know if they still do like their streams and stuff like that. I feel like I haven't seen them around for a little bit. But they're also another group of content creators from Australia. And they don't play with exit lag. And I watched them do their Star Forcing events and their cubing events on their streams, and I'm just dying watching them cube because I know it's so much slower. It is noticeably different. What, the double message? That's all good. You can just leave it. But yeah, in terms of exit lag though, I will say it's probably more noticeably different if you are playing from an area with already a lot of ping. Like for me, it cuts down my ping from 300 down to 150, roughly. So I will notice a significant difference. I don't know how good that is in other places. Like, if you're playing from Europe into NA, I'd imagine it'd be, you know, an improvement, but otherwise I'm not so sure. Your seer is 271, debating if you should remake it. If you really like your class, you can consider remaking it, because I don't think it'll take that long to get back to 271. It really depends on how much value you put onto the current, what do you call it? The current, your current gear. You're in Melbourne, Keysborough. I'd imagine you'd be the same as me without exit lag, which will probably be around 300 ping. At best, 250 ping. It's just everyone in Australia will roughly get those numbers. I feel like I've had friends from all over Melbourne and all over Sydney, and their ping will be around the same. It's anywhere between 250 and 300. And with exit lag, it cuts it down to 150. If you want to play the Seer as a main, and I think you get a lot more value if you plan on buying any of the passes. If you do end up deciding that you want to buy some passes and you like your Seer enough to main it, making it again as Challenger World 3 is not the worst idea. You don't lose your current Seer as well. You don't have to delete your 271 current Seer. It can be like an extra bossing meal. Hell, look at me. I have 2 Blaze Wizards, you know. And I still like one of them more than the other. That's fine. But yeah, if you want to try it out, you can use it for free. I think exit lag allows you to use it for like 3 days for free. And you can, you know, judge off of that if it's worthwhile. I know that's why I told my wife as well, because she was playing another game where there was like, you know, a ping difference. And I told her to do the same thing, like, you know, just give it a try. It's a 3-day trial. If you don't notice a difference, then don't need to pay for it. But if you notice a difference, then you can consider it a little bit more seriously. You can't play NA with that exit lag, still high ping. NA is still 250. It just sucks. It could just be weird routing. That's why like exit lag is so valuable. It like makes sure that you have the fastest connection from server to server. Am I using drop meso gear? Yes, I am using drop meso gear. I think. Yes. If I was farming without it, I'd be kind of sad. I just don't have any Legion wealth and Legion luck on because I'm using 20-minute coupons, which is a bit sad. Do I have a referral link? I do actually have a referral link. Let me find that for you. I think you can also put it into like the checkout. I think if you type in Hallie into the checkout, that should also work, but I think there is a specific referral link. I'm gonna put this on my screen because I feel like it's a pretty common thing that people have asked me about. This is my link. W referral link. I hope that still works. I love that they put it in like full caps. But yeah, the way that Exit Lag does, like, the way that it does its pricing as well, is that there is a a front price that it has. I don't remember exactly what it is in terms of pricing, but they always have it on discount. So that code makes sure that you're always paying like that discounted price. And I think that's the case for anybody's referral code. For whatever reason, if you don't have a referral code, or if you wanted to buy it off season, like if it's not like Christmas or Easter or something like that, you're going to pay like this full price. Using a code or going to it during an event will always make you pay the cheaper price. Oh. But yeah. But if you use this this code, it supports me as well. So yeah, I appreciate it if you do end up using the referral code. It's $7.15 a whole year. It might be $7.15 per month. Just check that. That might be the monthly thing, because I think it's about like $80 a year. I think. At least I remember paying $80 a year for some of it. I don't remember what I pay now though. I think it's not like, I don't think it's that different from other VPNs. I was trying to figure out the words to say. I think that's the price it gets roughly changed to per month if you pay annually. Like a lot of these VPNs, they give you a bigger discount if you pay for more. Yeah. Not saying that, because I don't remember exactly what it is on the page as well, but I'm just making sure that, you know, don't have the wrong thing showing up. It says means per month. Okay, so what Exit Lag does, and a lot of subscription services too, is that if you usually you can pay per month, but if you pay for the year, the per month cost is lower. So if you paid for Exit Lag in this case per month, you might get it for like $8 a month. But if you pay for the whole year, you effectively get it for $7.15 a month. You heard thunder? Well, thunder's not good. So yeah, you don't pay per month if you choose that plan. Why is Ring Fit over? Because I'm dead. I'm actually quite tired still. Yeah. That's why if you want to try Exit Lag, it's completely fine to just give it a go for a few days and see how you like it. It's gonna be for the whole stream? Dude, I'll die if it's for the whole stream. What are you on about, man? No, it just means that I'm gonna be doing this more often. I think 1 hour or like 15-minute stream for like such a high checkpoint feels too low for you guys. So I'll be fair and we'll do this again probably. What level combat power would you say not worth remaking a main? Yeah, I agree. Probably like 280 plus. Because a lot of the benefits for like Challenger World early on is just that. It's the early on stuff. But once you reach a certain level, then you've kind of like probably would have gotten all the benefits for it, and you would just end up spending time getting back to the same spot. That, you know, maybe not as... might not be worth the time. Another thing to keep in mind, if you are gonna do, like, remake a character, is that in Challenger World you do have the option to fight Hard Kai. And that's probably one of the biggest draws of playing in Challenger World. Especially if you want to try and make something as a main. Now, I don't know what the expected rewards are for the boss is, but the biggest pull for the boss is that if you clear it, you have a chance of, from my understanding, Pitch Boss and Eternals. And yeah, if that is something that you're interested in, then Challenger World is, you know, it's pretty good. You have no other classes you're interested in playing, making in Challenger World 3, so consider remaking a dupe class of your main or C10 Emule. Just keep in mind, because this is like pretty relevant, if you do end up picking a duplicate class, you can't have them both as your Legion Champion. The Legion Champion restricts you from having the same class multiple times. So just keep that in mind. I don't think that there's anything wrong with making a duplicate class if you genuinely know that's what you're going to enjoy. That's fine, you know, like, I'm not gonna judge anybody for having duplicate classes if that's what they like. But do keep in mind, you can only have one of them as your Legion Champ. You can't have duplicate classes for Legion Champ. The system won't let you. I tried to put 2 Blaze Wizards in, you can't do that. It's just, you just can't. It won't let you. So yeah. I think that is a pretty valid thing to keep in mind. Yeah, it's always hard picking a character, especially if you're looking to main something. One of my friends, he recently came back to the game, like literally a week ago, and he sent me a message being like, holy crap, there's 50 classes. What do I hyperburn? And I told him, oh yeah, after this hyperburn, we're gonna get another one in Challenger World. And he's like, wait, so I gotta pick 2 characters? I don't even know what to play as 1 character, let alone 2. The struggle is real for returning a new player. It really is. You'd think it's easy to pick a character to play. Not so much for like somebody who's just coming back to the game when it's so different. How can you move your vac pet? If you go into the cash shop and then when it's in like the top half, not the bottom half, because you know the bottom half is like where your character's gear is. If it's in the top half, there's a button that says cash shop. Oh sorry, cash transfer. So you click cash transfer, you'll be able to pick which items to move across. It's all done in the cash shop. How long have I farmed today? Let's find out. Oh, at least 40 minutes. But I think I've been farming for a little bit longer than that. At least an hour. My goal today... I don't think I have a specific goal for today. But I do want to try to get to 285. I think 285 is the end goal. Because I could try to push for further, but let's go one step at a time. Let's get to 285 first and then see how we feel. Because, you know, I might end up focusing more on Challenger World. I might focus more on, like, my Legion champs to make them more consistent. We are going to have a new star forcing system as well, so I might try to get Eternals on more characters. But that's a lot of effort, right? Like, a lot of these things require decent effort. I don't like doing too many things at the same time. I really don't like doing, for example, multiple characters worth of dailies. I think if I wanted to try to get Eternals on my characters, I'd have to try to do things like soloing N Adversary and N Carlos, both of which requires me to have more Sacred Force, which means that I have to do more dailies. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. When should you start with Legion champs? As soon as you feel like playing a new character. That's usually the first time to start making a second character. It's just when you feel like it. I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but genuinely, some people, myself included, you kind of get bored of playing your main. Like sometimes you hit certain points in your progression, even though you know you can push past that point. Like for me, on my battle mage, one of the first times that I felt like kind of bored on the character was when I hit 280 on it. I soloed Black Mage already, and all of my gear was 21 star. That was like a mental checkpoint where I was happy to leave my battle mage. That's when I made like more characters. Or maybe even before that, you're just waiting to get stronger through your weeklies and waiting for like certain event things. You just make new characters, right? Because it's just more interesting that way. That's usually the first time that I would tell people to make boss mules. It's just like, if you're bored on your main and you want to play the game, it's honestly a lot of fun to make a new character. Now, if you want to talk about like something a bit more efficient, probably when your main is done with certain aspects. I find that a lot of people enjoy their mules a lot more after they finish their star forcing goals on their main. Specifically for things like their arcanes. Like, let's say you set your main's goal to be 21 star arcanes. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal. Then, from that point onwards, every time that you do a boss and you get an arcane box, you're not fussed about getting it to 22. You chuck it onto your mule gets it to 18 and it gets a lot stronger. And that's so much more fun. So yeah, there's a lot of things to kind of keep in mind when it comes to these sorts of things. And also, everybody's like, how you feel about you playing your main and your mules is going to be different from everybody else. Like I can only give you like my thoughts on it, right? But the way that I treat my mules is a lot different from what other people do. And also, it's hard for me to take into account like how many resources you have and how much time you play. Because making Legion champs is also a time-consuming process. Like for me, when I made my Legion champs, I dropped every other character. I made them one at a time. When I was playing my Corsair, I only focused my Corsair. When I was playing my Ren, I pretty much only focused my Ren. So if you're somebody who wants to play their main consistently, it also can take longer to set up Legion champs. Yeah, I think my first point probably is the more important one. Is like when you have a lot of free resources to chuck onto your Legion champs, it becomes a lot more appealing. Or if you just feel like playing a new character. It's a lot of fun just playing a new character. I really enjoy just the early game like upgrading. Especially when you get a lot stronger and you have more income on your main, right? I think when you first start clearing C10 consistently every week, your income becomes what? About 5.5 bill a week minimum. That is a lot of money that you can chuck on a fresh character, and you can get a lot done within 5 bill on a new character. You really can. The new background's fire? I'm glad you think so. I've swapped over to a nicer camera as well, so I'm in high definition. I need to fix my lighting a bit, I think. I would like it to be a little bit more spread out. I kind of look like I'm using like a filter right now. The camera's settings are not perfect, so I'll have to like mess around with it a little. What's that filter called? It's like sepia? Is that what it's called? I don't know how to pronounce that word. I just remember seeing that as a filter option for like cameras. It's very warm light in here. Does anyone know if attack speed +1 is hard to roll? In terms of honor, I think it can be like pretty jank. You can low roll the IA for attack speed +1 with your honor. I remember having some difficulties on my Xenon and maybe my hero. You can use the legendary circulators. It doesn't cost too much, I think. I'm trying to remember the number off the top of my head. But I'll say, like, don't let the IA scare you off of playing Xenon. Like, if you're interested in playing the class, Every class has these weird things that is going to be annoying to get. And half of the classes in the game need attack speed +1 anyway. So I wouldn't worry about that being an issue. I think the classes that have the worst time with the IA are the ones that need crit rate and attack speed +1. Like Marksman. Marksman's like IA is genuinely terrible to roll for. Because getting unique crit rate is not easy. But yeah, I wouldn't let attack speed +1 scare you. I don't think you should be scared of that. It's just one of those things where like you will eventually get, like obviously you'll feel bad, but you know, honor isn't the hardest resource to get, and as long as you're patient for the 50% off, you will kind of eventually get there. And you can't, yeah, that's a good point. You can't low roll it. It's attack speed +1 or it's not. Would I be missing a lot of FD? Well, as much FD as anybody else who doesn't hit attack speed +1, right? I can understand that it's like a concern. Oh, also, thank you for the Prime sub. Nebubu, thank you. For the IA, like again, it depends on what other classes you would consider picking. Heaps of classes are gonna be missing attack speed +1, but it's also like, you gotta also consider that the classes that don't have their proper IA are still gonna be missing their full damage. So even if you pick Kanna, for example, your ideal line for the top line is this passive +1. This can cost a lot too, right? Like there's no pity or anything. You either hit it or you don't. Some of them obviously are more rare in the long term than others. But every class has like stuff that they're looking forward to. And at the end of the day, you can always end up settling on like 20% boss or like, you know, legendary boss on the top line and just hold that until you have enough IA. Every class can do that. Yeah, I would basically, yeah, just that one aspect of your IA, it shouldn't scare you off from playing the class if you're actually interested in it. Because yeah, it is an important part of the damage, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of also an aspect that is sort of guaranteed. Because it's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to use your honor really for anything else other than like maybe a meso line. You'll be alright. What does the passive IA do? So for my passives, they all get +1. I think some of these are increased because of decent combat orders. But yeah, so some of the passives, your masteries go up by 1. So for the ones that give you like FD and stuff like that, it'll give you 1 extra level of FD, effectively. So yeah, it differs between all the classes, like how they're affected. I don't know exactly which skills are affected for Kanna, but yeah, that's basically what it does. So the ones that are affected go from level 30 to level 31. Something like that. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I don't know anything about the details. I just follow the Discord. The guys in the Discord did the hard work to figure out what is best for the class, and I will just blindly follow. That's the best way for me to play the game. Don't put too much thought into it. Just pick what you like and just play it until you get bored. That's kind of how I've always been. Where do I get legendary circulators? So legendary circulators, there's 2 kinds. One is legendary. It sends it to legendary in the first place because your IA can be, you know, rare, epic, unique, or legendary. Those come in during events. And the second one that I was meant to be saying is miracle circulators. You can buy miracle circulators from the cash shop using meso. I think it's like, it's either 10 mil or 20 mil per roll. I don't remember exactly which one it is. But yeah, it's just in the cash shop, and you just spend some meso to reroll your IA. The miracle circulators are really good for some classes as well because all of the numbers that they reroll are the highest possible number. So For example, if you rolled boss damage on your legendary line, it would always be 20%. If you roll meso on your unique line, it would always be 15%. You're trying to part annually with the squad is charging you full price? Oh. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the squad thing. You know, the squad edition was like relatively new. So I don't know if I can help you with that. Yeah, I think when I was using exit lag, I don't think the squad option was ever a thing. This is like on the new side for me. But yeah, I think if you hopefully you guys notice the difference for the exit lag. You know what it is actually. I don't know if you will notice a difference when using it, but I feel like you will notice it when it's gone. I feel exit lag is like that. It's gonna be a case where it's gonna be smooth. You're gonna feel like, okay, it's not too much different, and then it's gone, and then you realize how good you had it. But yeah, I appreciate you using. If you are using my referral, I appreciate it, and hopefully you enjoy using the exit lag, because like for me, I can't play this game without it. And the best part too, which is kind of funny, is like this, you can use exit lag for other games as well. It doesn't have to be just MapleStory. So, like my wife used it for playing Where Winds Meet, and she said that it was like kind of noticeably better for her as well. Yeah, if you play other games that are in other servers, you can always use it on that as well. It's pretty good. I kind of wish I knew about exit lag when I was playing Guild Wars 2. Because in Guild Wars, I was also permanently on 250 ping. If I could have played on like half that ping, it would have been a lot nicer, because the client server-side shenanigans for like dodging mechanics was really annoying on high ping. I have a referral link? Yeah, you can use either this referral link for exit lag, or you can use, I think you just type in Hallie into the, like the checkout? Is that what it's called? Something like that. Yeah. You can use it for Guild Wars 3? Dude, don't get my hopes up. Guild Wars 3 being announced like that? How long do I have to wait for that game to come out? They said that they're gonna like release more stuff at the beginning of next year. But yeah, it's still gonna be quite a ways away for Guild Wars 3. I'm actually genuinely excited for that to drop, because I really enjoyed Guild Wars 2, and by the sounds of it, for Guild Wars 3, they're gonna try to do some things that might not work. I love that, like, in the interview that they had more recently, they said something along the lines of, like, MMOs are a stagnating, like, genre, so we're gonna try to do something to bring it back, right? And they also said, we don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try anyway. I can respect that from a game developer. I can respect that. Sequels have trouble. That is true. But at the same time, if any company was to try to do this, I actually have quite a lot of faith in ArenaNet. Like, people are very fond of Guild Wars 1, and Guild Wars 2 is definitely one of the best games I've personally played. So, you know, I can see it working out. Like, I do genuinely have faith in this company to possibly make it work. They're very different? Yeah, that's what I mean. They have their own crowd, they are different, but that's not a bad thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if they have a dedicated fan base still to Guild Wars 1, and they have a very strong fan base in Guild Wars 2, out of a lot of companies that I would like put my faith in to make a new sequel, or in this case, technically, I think it's a prequel, like, ArenaNet might be able to pull it off, you know? They might be able to do it. Regardless, I'll keep my eyes on Guild Wars 2 and any of the announcements, because I was very fond of Guild Wars... Oh, sorry, Guild Wars 3. But yeah. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they do. It's a very bold move to claim that, like... To say, not to claim, to say that the MMO sort of genre is dying, which is probably very true. Not probably, it's definitely true. It's a very dying genre. But them claiming that they're gonna try to do something new for it, I'm excited. Vision of Eternity 2 days ago during sales, worth it? Nice. It's been dying for 2 decades. It's more like the crowd. It's hard to bring in new players for these sorts of games. Like, given like the market right now of what games are popular, MMOs are definitely like a smaller niche. Maybe dying is not the right word, but it's definitely plateaued. The games that are big in the MMO genre have not really changed, I'd say. At least from my perspective as someone who plays in like Western servers. I don't know about like the whole MMO side in Asia, because I'm sure there's like, because the first thing that came to mind was like Lost Ark. That was a game that I didn't even know existed, and I'm sure there's plenty of other games in Asia that have like a MMO aspect. But at least from like the Western perspective, I can only think of like what, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, and like RuneScape. You know, I can't really think of that many games, big MMOs off the top of my head. And these guys have been like powerhouses from the beginning, you know? Even MapleStory. Like, MapleStory is its own thing. It's like, as far as I know, the only MMO that's 2D that's still kind of going strong. Takes too much time and investment? Yeah, absolutely. It's hard for, like, unless you're really looking for these sorts of games, it's genuinely difficult to build people to get into it. Now when we have so many games that are just easy to pick up and easy to drop, MMOs are less appealing. You see an interesting MMOs region locked for C. As in, like, you're outside of Southeast Asia and you want to try play it, or the other way around. What do you mean cash transfer? Yeah, cash transfer is on. It's time to move your outfits around. It's time. I have moved exactly 0 outfits, but I moved a few vac pets around. So that was kind of good. This is the perfect time to prep for the character that eventually will leave Challenger World. You won't be able to prep for Challenger World, just keep that in mind. Like, if you wanted to play Arel, you can't buy a vac pet on your Seer now and then leave it there. It won't carry over. Just keep that in mind. On a character you don't play anymore? Well, perfect. Time to take it and put it onto a character you do play. It's time. It's time to move that vac pet out. MMOs don't usually open for C. Oh, I see. Kids with TikTok brain aren't wapping for 4 hours a day. You know what? You're not wrong. I feel like you kind of... a lot of the people that I know that play MMOs kind of grew up with the genre and are aware that, like, you know, sometimes you only have access to a very certain number of games. At least that's how it felt like for me. When I was growing up, I played a lot of games, but like whenever I did play games, it was always the same one for like a really extended amount of time, if that makes sense. So I didn't like pick up and drop games very often. Like, part of it being like a cost thing, because obviously my parents probably didn't want me to buy too many games too often, because that's expensive. But also, like, you wanted to do everything inside the content. A lot of it was just marketed like that. You just wanted to do everything that the game had available. So when we picked up games like MMOs, you just wanted to keep doing everything. And those games just kept adding more things to the game, so you end up playing the game forever. What class am I? I'm playing a Kanna right now. What class is your second main? I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question. I can tell you that my Kanna is my main, but I don't think I have a second main. Is there a reason why you didn't put Blaze Wizard as your Legion champ? Oh, it's because I only have 4 Legion champs. I haven't pushed my Blaze Wizard because it's just weaker than the other ones at the moment in terms of its gear, in terms of its level, in terms of its Sacred Force. Not because I don't like the class. It's just a weaker character. I can only have 4 Legion champions. Technically, I already have 5 completed. So, yeah. Nothing wrong with Blaze Wizard, it's just that I already finished the others. Look, the day that Nexon announces 12 Legion champions, you bet that my Blaze Wizard will be in there. But we only have 4 at the moment. Am I feeling it now? I am a little bit sore. Wish we had more options for the free vac pet. Oh, do you mean like in terms of the look? After looking at the passes, since you're getting all of them, there's zero reason not to remake. Yeah, fair. Especially at your level. You have dupes? There's nothing wrong with having a dupe, come on. I don't know why you guys are making fun of my Blaze Wizards. What's wrong with having 2 Blaze Wizards? You know how useful my second Blaze Wizard is? This guy gets me 5 bill a week. This guy carries my friends so they can carry me. You don't understand how valuable that is. Look, you know what this guy says? This is like the behind the scenes. This Blaze Wizard is the reason why I have a H Carling party. Tell me that's not worth it. I carry one guy through C10E, he carries me through H Carling. Like, that Blaze Wizard's so good. What's wrong with having a dupe? Just because, you know, I don't love him as much doesn't mean that he's bad. See, nothing wrong with having a dupe. They become resources in other ways. Whether it be carrying your friends, trading carries, more income, it all is a benefit. Now, whether or not you can be bothered doing that, that's a different question. Because that's also a very valid question. Like, if you can't be bothered doing those trades, it is a, you know, dead resource, but, you know, it's fine. Acting like I'm not doing charity work. Hey, I got him a book last week, actually. I did something for him. Over the last 3 weeks, I got him 1 Twilight Mark, 1 Slime Ring, a bunch of Estella Rings, and a book. Come on. I did stuff too. Very proportional carry. Come on, let me cope. Let me cope with my Blaze Wizard, please. Look, he's been sitting here being useless for the last 5 months. He finally did something, and I'm getting a H Carling carry out of it. I gotta beef up the story, you know. I gotta make the character feel like it was worthwhile. I still think it was worthwhile. The kid at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh god. I don't remember if I did my Corsair Seren run now that you've said that. It's a new setup? Yeah, so my old webcam was pointing at just this wall. It's a bit boring. But I've had this new webcam for a little bit, and the reason why I've been using this now, like I didn't use it because like the background wasn't that interesting. This cupboard wasn't here before, or this cabinet. But it came in the other day and we built it. And now you guys can kind of see like my Gundam models that I've built. Just there. It's a little bit more interesting. I'm so thin? What do you mean? You're making it sound like I'm changing the angle. Now, the other one just made me look wide. This is how I usually look. Yep. Come on now. The other webcam made me look wide. This one is showing my true proportions. It's all the walking on the treadmill. Yeah. All the walking. All the exercise that I do. I definitely did not have a hard time on the Ring Fit stream earlier today. Definitely not. Slimming webcam is crazy though. You think that I cared enough about my physical appearance to do something like that? I literally did the Ring Fit stream. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit self-conscious, but then, you know, nothing to worry about. Yup. Gonna push this Challenger World. I wish you all the best of luck. It's gonna be... Honestly, it's gonna be fun. I think for those who haven't done like too much in Challenger World before, I think genuinely it'll be a lot of fun. Because you get a lot stronger really quickly. Especially if you... you know, you liberate, you play with the rental gear, you get all the bonuses from, you know, all the points that you get for leveling up and doing bosses. It's a lot of fun. It's gonna be hard to push. It's more like the sentiment. I guess the sentiment is there. It's about like pushing a character as opposed to necessarily reaching 290. Don't look forward to crowded servers. It wasn't that bad last time actually. Some parts was laggy, but after the first week, it thins out a lot. It really isn't that bad after the first couple of weeks, because what happens is, on release of the server, there's so many things that people want to do, right? There's so many dailies to do, there's so many, like, just, you make so many gains, so you end up staying online for a lot longer. I feel like a lot of people who are really excited for Challenger World, they end up staying online for, let's say, 3 or 4 hours. If you were like a casual player that only logged in for 30 minutes a day, and now suddenly you're playing for 3 hours, and then that happens with everyone in the server, that's why it's like so packed. But it eases up a lot once everyone gets into the daily story rhythm again. But yeah, I do expect it to be kind of laggy to start, but it thins out pretty quickly when people get more into the rhythm and less things to FOMO about. Yeah, I don't expect it to be like super playable day one though. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of people gonna run in this Challenger World. I mean, Ren Challenger World 2 was pretty laggy from what I remember. It wasn't the fastest load for everything. How long can Kanna summon Oni and stand still with Dusk proc? I think it's about 15 seconds. It's not very long. Because it's not because of Dusk, it's because the summon itself, she just sits there if you don't do anything. She's just like, she kind of just AFKs. Let's see if I can... There's like a particular animation. So this is what she looks like when she's like looking to bash something. Right? And about 15 seconds she just sits down. So that stops your Dusk from proccing. So what a lot of people do is they just hold down this skill. Because this has like a long enough cooldown that it matches up with her AFK timing. Yeah, see here, like she's doing her idle animation now. She won't attack anything anymore. But if you just hold down this skill, she'll always be like active. And it'll keep you, Dusk farming. Yeah. Look, I'm not supposed to advocate these sorts of things, but, theoretically... Nobody will know the difference between me holding down the F key and putting a rock on my F key. Hypothetically speaking, look, I wouldn't put a rock on my keyboard. but I know other people might. Do we need -2? Nah, Kanna doesn't necessarily need a -2 hat. Like, there's benefits for it, but not really that noticeable for farming. You don't need it for, like, that specific skill. Look, Nexon usually only cares about one thing. Either, like, you're at your screen, or you're doing a one-to-one action on your keyboard, right? You're not having any macros, and you're actually there at your computer. Look, even if, like, you had something to hold down the key for you, hypothetically, you still had to be at your computer to go place down your summons and then loot, right? There's a problem with, like, the whole Demon Slayer farming thing, because that can be done without, like, being there. That is, like, I guess a concern that Nexon can have. But for most classes that could, like, AFK farm in that aspect of, like, holding down one key, you're still gonna be walking around looting. I guess unless you don't care about it, but yeah. In between playing Battle Mage or Ice Lightning, should I play them both? Like them both. I haven't played Ice Lightning, so I can only advocate for Battle Mage. I think that Battle Mage, in its current version, is some of the most fun I've had playing a mage class. The issues that I personally had with Battle Mage had mostly been addressed. Like, I had issues with the altars being annoying to use because in bossing, it was kind of clunky. Whereas now it's just one big summon that you can place whenever, wherever. Another thing is, like, it had a lot of skills that weren't on its skill sequence. Now, everything is on its skill sequence. Except the altar, but that one, it's fine. I can live with one skill I have to press every once in a while. And I'm probably pressing it often to reposition the boss anyway. The farming is significantly better now with the new altar as well, because it's massive. Yeah, I can't really say much for Ice Lightning because I've never played Ice Lightning before. Am I going to do anything with the cash transfer? Also, hello Fuzzy. I only just moved my vac pets around a little. Because I wanted to put my Demon Slayer vac pets on my Kanna, because I'll be playing my Kanna mostly. Yeah, main Dark Knight, true. Anything from Dark Knight in terms of farming will be an upgrade. I'll say a big deal breaker for me playing Battle Mage over other mage classes is that the TP is just too fun for me. Battle Mage is very fast TP. You can teleport up from the floor, which is just broken. You can teleport up to 3 times to reposition yourself. Like, yeah, I don't know. Class's movement's too good for me. Like, when I play any other teleport class, I genuinely miss my Battle Mage's teleport. Like, Kanna's teleport is bearable because I can use it mid-air. I can deal with that. But I do miss playing on my Battle Mage in terms of its movement. It just felt so fluid. To lower my graphics a little bit. Exposed? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never put a rock on my keyboard. Due to its mobility? Yeah. I feel like once you start playing a lot more Battle Mage and start enjoying the up teleport, it is a little bit hard to go back. It really is difficult to go back. It's like a lot of Ice Lightning propaganda. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Oh, I'm running out of points. Back to the blender. You're playing interactive? I'm assuming you mean you're not sure if interactive Challenger World is worth it for a mid-game player. Well, I think that Challenger World is always like a fun option to do just to make a new character. I don't know how much value there is in making like secondary characters in interactive, because I know in Heroic at least, you get a lot of value from like the boss crystal, and I understand that in interactive it's not as high. I don't see any harm doing stuff in Challenger World Interactive anyway, for the sole reason of getting Legion champs. Because the Legion champs is a system that you get like free damage from anyway. And ideally you eventually fill up the board with all 4 of them at the moment. And eventually they're going to expand it to 5 and then 6, right? So at the very least, I don't think you'll hurt making a strong character. Ideally one with a good Legion as well. That will always be nice for your main character. And then just see how far you can get it. Because if you can get it to solo, like, Black Mage or something like that, which I think is, like, extremely attainable. It's a very fair goal. That is free boss damage for your main, in a way. But yeah, it's hard for me to say because I don't play in interactive, so I don't really know how the characters will scale damage-wise. I understand that in Heroic, the progression system is quite different. Current rate, 6th champion will be coming in 2030. Very possible. I think one of the actual kind of strange things about Challenger World for me is that I feel like it's kind of awkward that for a lot of players, the character that's going to come out of Challenger World will often be stronger than their main. I don't know. I think this happened last time in Challenger World too, where a lot of people just swapped and main swapped into their Challenger World character. It's just like the speed of the game is so much faster, and the resources that they give you make it like genuinely fun to push, and then it kind of catches up to your older characters. So it's kind of funny that a lot of people who mained a character ended up just playing their Challenger World characters afterwards. Free up the frag distribution. It would be nice if, like, just all frags were tradable to some extent. I think there's no harm in doing that. I don't know why that would... It wouldn't fix all the problems or anything like that, but it's a bit strange that it's not tradable inside in the same way that node stones are tradable. It really isn't that different from Lodestones. Not anymore, at least. Now that the system has been fleshed out a lot more, it's just Lodestone 2.0. But yeah, I think though to solve the issue of this thing, that they'll need to do a little bit more than just make frags tradable. We'll see what the new ride or die stuff is. Overdrive takes you to 295. Who knows what they're cooking. We go to Overdrive and they release the new level cap. 350, 15 new areas in between, 15 new dailies to do, 20 new bosses. Yep. And they're not going to give us more EXP or more frags. Don't give them ideas. I've always said I could be a Nexon developer. I'd do it. Okay. I don't know how much EXP I started off at. I want to assume like 30 something, like 38, 39. And then if I do my monster park, I'll get to like 43, 44 almost. No more dailies, or are we going to do 28 monster parks? How many of you guys are actually going to do 28 monster parks? I don't think I'll do more than 14 at most. Maybe one set for my Kanna and then one set for my Challenger World character. That's it. You want to burn out doing more than 7? Yeah, valid. I think it'll be easy to do the 7 monster parks in Challenger World. Just because it will give you so much EXP. It will feel nice to get. But when it comes to your main character, I can see people skipping out on it if they don't have specific level goals. I know there's a lot of like EXP lost in a sense, but you know, having fun is kind of important too. I'm so close to getting 19 in the second summon. Almost done. Mastery 3 is almost at 19. And then I can save fragments for my Hexa stat. Probably gonna look to get NX for the first time in Challenger World 3. Where's the best place to get it for a fellow AU player? I actually don't buy NX often enough to know the answer to this. Because I buy it so infrequently, I just buy it straight off of Nexon. Like just on their website. I do remember using other websites for it, but I can't remember what they were called. So if any of you guys are from Australia, have like an idea, feel free to share. PC Game Supply. I think that's actually the one that I remember using. That name does sound familiar. When does the NX cash transfer event end? I think you have a week. It ends right before the next update, I think. Off gamers? Yeah. I remember seeing a lot of people use off-gamers as well. Yeah, there you go. You got a bunch of places you can check out: Steam, PC Game Supply, and off-gamers. Yeah, I'm pretty lazy. At most, I charge like maybe $5 or $10 at any given point. I just go onto the website because I'm lazy. Because like when you buy from these third-party guys, they usually send it to you as a code, so you gotta get the code, pay for it, and then log into the Nexon website and then put the code in. I'm just lazy. Did the NX start? Yeah, it started, I think, this reset. So if you guys want to move your outfits around or move your pets around, now's the time. You have a week, I think. You just use Steam? Yeah, that's fair. You're gonna get any passes? No, I'm gonna do Challenger World 3 completely free to play. I'm not gonna pay for any of the passes. Not because I don't think that they're good, but because I kinda just wanna do something different. Like, yeah, I'll miss out on not having, like, a Genesis pass. I probably won't be able to get to Hard Kai that easily, if at all. But I think it'll be kind of fun to just see what I can do. No Genesis pass? Yup. If I want to do full free-to-play, can't take the Genesis pass. I don't think I'm in a rush to Liberate either, because the way that I'm planning on playing is, like, kind of, like, less rushed. In general, I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about, you know, speedrunning content or anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it free to play. You got a Jenny badge in Bera, so it pays for your passes? Holy. Congrats on your Genesis badge. How much do they go for? How many Maple points was that worth to you? I guess is the better question. 45 bill? How much does that translate into Maple points? Because you gotta, all the passes use Maple points, right? 180k. I'm happy for you, dude. It's always so like surreal seeing the conversion from Meso to NX, because obviously in Heroic, the Meso is inflated, right? We get more money from our crystals, we get more money from our farming. So seeing like the conversion of 45 bill to $180 effectively, it's kind of crazy. Are we gonna do CPQ for 2.5 weeks? I think I will. I'll do CPQ for at least the first 2.5 weeks. Because I think I would like one of each of the Sweetwater items. It doesn't take too much effort to do. Yeah, I think there will be some tradable stuff in the pass. I think the Lucia pass had some things that were tradable. But yeah, definitely check the notes. The notes will tell you. Wait until it comes out. Alright, we're at 142 bill. Yo, I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow, boss reset. Just run it down mid on every boss. Be at 200 bill, and then I can spend the rest of the week farming. Yup. That sounds productive. have to do nothing for it to pay for itself. Does it make me free to play if hypothetically I had Maple points already that I just got from Reg server? Would that be considered being free to play? I'm not gonna do that. But like if I had a character in interactive and I sold some stuff, would that make me still free to play? Is free to play the act of you not spending money, or is it not charging money? I don't know. I think the concept of pay to win is more like it's less about the actual money you're spending is the benefit that you're getting that isn't tied to your direct progression. How hard is it to get to a point you can solo C10E as an FTP on Reg? I would have no idea. That'd be interesting to know. But I do wonder if it's worth doing in Reg, because that did get brought up before about like interactive world. Oh, sorry, interactive challenger world, and the value of having like alternative strong characters in Reg server. Because I don't play Reg server, I don't see the full extent of the value, because I do understand that the boss crystals are worth a lot less, but it's all like relative, right? But just because it's worth less in terms of a numerical amount doesn't mean it's worth less for like the market. I don't know, because our crystals here are like 5 times more expensive or so. So if you're making like 5 bill here for a C10E character, you're getting like what, about 1 bill in Reg server? How am I supposed to get Meso on Challenger World? Do we have Ursus in Challenger World? Or Maple Tour? I don't remember. I feel like one of those things didn't work, but maybe the other one did. Was Ursus a thing? It might have been still a thing. I feel like one of the two was. Well, Ursus is a big part of money early on. I think everybody will be doing that. Other than that, you're going to be relying on what you pick up off the floor and your weeklies. You can also do a lot of the daily bosses. That adds up pretty quickly as well. There's a lot of daily bosses though. I remember doing that on my Ren, and yeah, it wasn't fun. Just a bunch of daily bosses. But yeah, I think a lot of your income will kind of stem from you being able to clear your bosses. That's going to be the bulk of your income. Unless you decide to farm a lot. But even then, farming probably doesn't net you that much, because we won't have Legion coupons, and you won't get like a Meso bonus effect to kind of compensate for it until you hit like gold or something. And if you wanted to farm, ideally you would like to have things like wealth acquisition potions, and those are kind of annoying to make at the beginning, especially if you don't end up seeing a recipe. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. Money is genuinely a problem. So unless you go down the farming route, you could consider making boss mules. I don't know if people can be bothered making them. I'm sure there will be people who do, but I don't imagine making multiple Hayatos and Kannas to be like uncommon. I feel like people would do that. Just quickly run, not even up to low min, you could just run CRA and below. This is like, what, 800 mil per week or something like that? It's pretty good. Per character, but yeah, it is time consuming. You do have to kind of do stuff on the character to get it to that point. Split a little bit of your resources. Really depends on what you prefer to do with your time and how much time you have to actually play. Use the Hyperburn for the Kinesis? Yeah, that's valid. That one will come in like a month later. I will do the same thing. I think in my Challenger world, I will make the Kinesis like a month in and use that as a boss mule. They're gonna kill it before reset. I don't think I'll even finish updating my game before reset. My computer's kind of slow. I wouldn't put it past people for them to try to clear right before reset. Although that seems like a pretty tight timing. It will depend a lot what time maintenance finishes and stuff. All right, good night, Careless. Clearing C10 day 0. I mean, I can see it being possible. I don't doubt that there's probably some numbers that can be run, but I don't know if there's physically enough time to do that. Because you gotta, like, click through a bunch of stuff, you gotta make your character, you gotta load through a bunch of maps. Make sure you have everything on, buy everything. Go do CRA, which might not be short. That's already, like, maybe, you know, maybe 10 minutes if you're fast and your character's strong. And then if you're gonna do min clear of C10 hypothetically in this situation, right? It's gonna take you 30 minutes to do any of the bosses. You just don't have that much time. Yeah. If maintenance finishes like 2 hours before reset, I doubt that many people will get past like maybe a few of the weeklies. It's just, you just don't have that much time. See, this is part of the reason why I don't care about day 0. Like, day 0 is so much optimization for something you have, like, kind of low control over. You know what I mean? Like, everything goes out the window the moment a single announcement comes out that says maintenance extended. Alright, if they say maintenance extended, all that effort that you put into planning just, like, is completely worthless. That by itself already makes me never want to do anything for day 0. I will just assume my day starts after the reset. Like, even if I could do stuff pre-maintenance, pre-reset. I think my Ren was actually there. I think I could have done stuff, but I just chose not to because I just didn't want to think about it. Look, I respect those who do out this like meticulous planning to do stuff like this, but I don't know, it's just, I feel like MapleStory is not a good game to gamble on when it comes to maintenance finishing on time. Historically speaking. I wouldn't worry too much about things like rollbacks, but very valid about the bugs. Certain things just end up not working the way you expect it to sometimes. Even though we had the test server, there will be some random things that will pop up that didn't appear in the test server. It's very possible for that to happen. just to clear Pino. That's fair. I think Pino is not a bad boss to rush. But, I don't know, new Pino kind of has hands. Kind of throws hands. If you're not strong to do that boss, kind of hurts. I died out a lot on that boss when playing it on my Ren. I do remember it being kind of strong. Alright, just about done with our grind. Finishing off at about 43. Yeah, pretty close to leveling up. I would have liked to level up before tomorrow, just so then I could have like, you know, done my bosses a little bit easier. Even if I do all my weekly things, can I level up? I have 2 Transcendent Growth Potions, a bunch of mags. Then I guess Monster Park. And, Nightmare Paradise. Still not even close to enough. Trying to catch you to be the most annoying? Yeah. Valid. Any boss that has like forms of damage reflect or damage reduction while still doing their full damage to you, and you know, you can't do anything to like phase out of certain things. It's a pretty awful fight, Akechi. That will probably be it for my grind today. That is a good amount. Alright. What do I need to do left on this character? Nothing. Very good. Okay. I think though that will be probably it for today's stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you for those who joined in early today for the Ring Fit stream. I'll probably end up doing that again next Wednesday, because I think that'll make sense. Good luck waking up tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Alright, appreciate you guys as always. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please do give it a like. Helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'll probably be streaming in the morning-ish to start. It might be a 2-parter. Yeah, I think I might stream twice. This depends on how I feel. Alright. Take care, guys.